So, it turns out the door to leave the prison, the one behind me, over my right shoulder, isn't actually a one-way exit. Lesson learned. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series, where I have just learned that this is not a one-way door, and it's fantastic. Let me see what I have to chow on. Not a lot, really. There are potentially some more cattails outside, and the weather is not terrible right now. I could go grab a few more just so that I don't wake up in danger of, like, immediate starvation. Let me take this opportunity to survey this cattail pond. Alright, I don't see timber wolves. I'm going to head down to that other side, which I spotted at the end of the last episode, and grab just a few cattails, and then I'm going to come back, and we're going to leave for the mine at the break of day. But for now, I'm just going to come down this direction. And I do want to take every kind of high ground opportunity I have to look around for timber wolves. This is a pretty good one, actually, because I've got moonlight and I have elevation. All right, so this is a little bit tougher to... Ooh, I hear ptarmigan. There are ptarmigan nearby. Interesting. Ptarmigan just pretty much at ground level near the prison. Hey. Unexpected, but I'll take it. All right, there's a cattail. I don't know how many there are, but thankfully I'm not too cold right now. So I'm able to get away with just a little bit of harvesting. Okay, here comes the snow. I had to say it, didn't I? I had to comment on how the weather was decent and I wasn't too cold. And now Blackrock is going to be like, I heard you, Hadrian. I heard you. You thought you were going to have an easy time this episode. You're not going to have an easy time this episode. I'm going to throw 20 Aurora Timberwolves at you before this night is even over. And I'm going to be like, so you're telling me that it just started snowing and it's starting to get a little bit, you know, more hazy. And you're telling me that you're going to turn that around on a dime and have an aurora before the end of the night. What do you take me for? Someone who doesn't have more than 1,000 hours playing you? I think not. I think not, game. I think not. That's what I would say, but thankfully the game didn't actually say that, so I'm rambling. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just meander this direction. Hello? Oh, where does this go? I wasn't expecting an entire, like, path back here, but there's a tree and... a sapling and more cattails and rose hips and a whole heckin' heck of a lot. I've honestly got all the cattails I need, but part of me is thinking, you know, this could be food not just for the night, but also for the journey. And I'm also not that tired. So part of me wants to intentionally take more time with this.
I could eat anything right now.
Oh, you'll be fine. You have so many cattails, you will not know what to do with them. Yeah, weather is definitely worse. Also, I can hardly see, so if the YouTube compression algorithm is being merciless right now, I apologize. The snowflakes probably help. I'm very nervous right now about how close I'm getting to the far side of this pond. If there are timberwolves nearby, this has got to be at the edge of their detection range, and I really would prefer not to hear that howl right now. That would be ideal. I'm just saying, it would be nice if I could just successfully harvest this entire pond of its cattail bounty.
I can't feel my feet.
Okay, I think that's going to be it. that is going to be it. The visibility dropped, so I might have missed one or two. I can hear the ptarmigan again. And speaking of timber wolves and detection radiuses, this is also one that I feel like this area right here. I don't know where the nearest pack is. They might not be close, but I just don't want to assume. How am I not freezing yet? Oh, hang on. Thanks for the heads up, Sean. I'm glad it was just a Polaroid, too. And not, like, something more zone-specific. Because you know how I am about backseating. But I got a comment
Wait.
saying, hey, you should look at that sign.
Warming up a bit.
So it's good to know that the Polaroid can randomly spawn there. And maybe there was something else about the sign that I just completely missed just now. But, okay. I did pick up my bedroll a moment ago, so... I don't think I actually need to leave here. I can just sleep on the ground, inside. Yeah, it's completely fine in here. Let's go ahead and eat some cattails. I'm going to eat as many as I can, just to reduce the weight that I'm carrying. Since I have like 30 pounds of cloth, I've got to eat cattails to, you know, make sure I can keep carrying all that cloth. Some of the regulars were commenting about how much cloth I'm lugging around. And I'm just sitting here in the comments like, what of it? Are you saying that you think I should drop a single piece of cloth on the ground? Well, especially now that you've said that, I'm keeping all of it. Thanks for playing. Okay. Let's go ahead and sleep for, I'm going to say 6. I'll only get 4.5, 5 hours sleep. That's fine. That's all well and good. By the way, those of you watching this watching this episode in the live audience, it's coming out a little bit later today than intended. Sorry about that. Had something come up this morning that required my full attention, so I'm just behind schedule today, but I wanted to get the episode out nevertheless. And just on account of the job-related stuff that I've still been doing, like the episode timing has been more hit or miss than I like not really making it through to like the exact time slots that I talk about at the end of every episode and that are mentioned in the playlists. But at the same time, oh, a blizzard right as I'm ready to leave. That's great. Love that. Love it. It's great. Wonderful. Fantastic. But yeah, this one is going to be particularly late. So, my apologies. Thank you for your patience. We now return to your regularly scheduled ramblings. I like that there's a stove here. Somebody pointed out that this was a really good base when they stay in Blackrock, and I think I'm inclined to agree. I think I am inclined to agree. So I guess I'm just going to pass some time here and see if we can get that storm to go away. I think it just did. Oh, no, just kidding. Just kidding. It did not. What if I now... I think it's starting to, maybe. Now let me sleep. At least this is letting me recover some condition, which was another part of the reason I wanted to sleep a little bit longer before I left. But now those cattails that I just went out and got are proving useless thanks to this blizzard, because I'm consuming calories while I wait. Okay, there we go. It's gone. And now... Hang on, how am I doing on rest? I'm not going to drink coffee yet. I'll just drink some water. I'll have to make more at some point. And I'm a little bit encumbered, so I can drop that book. And we'll be coming back at some point, so I guess what I'll do, I'm going to drop the reclaimed wood here. And let's head out. I don't know, as I said last episode, I don't know how far this mine is. Oh, check out this visibility. What the heck? How can... Really? Game, come on now. I was just making a joke a moment ago about dramatic shifts in weather not being a thing. And now you're going to do me like this? Can we all just appreciate the hilarity of what's happening right now? Okay. I'm tempted to go back and take a peek one more time, but let's not dally. I don't want to waste any more time. I've hemmed and hawed about taking this path long enough. So as I saw when I came down here, before I realized how many cattails there were and that I had an opportunity to collect a few, now that they're all gone, every last one of them, it's hard to believe. Just to put this out there, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but thinking out loud in terms of what I might change for Against All Odds Season 8, when it does happen. Notice I didn't say if it does happen, when it does happen. It's good to be back. So, one of the things I've been thinking about is that exact thing, actually. Calorie consumption. Calorie consumption is already down-tuned in my code from Interloper, but I'm thinking about down-tuning it again, because there are moments for me, again, the way that I tend to approach games, not just the Long Dark, but games in general, the way I tend to approach games is with just a healthy dose of imagination. I like feelings of immersion. I like feelings of, like, an emergent narrative kind of playing out. I want to see if I can get up the slope for funsies. You gonna let me? Maybe? Or maybe this is only meant to be descended. Yeah, this is only meant to be descended. This is a rapid descent slope. So there's definitely trees up there that are, meant to help players come down this, but it's not meant to be climbed. Okay, so I'm going this way. But yeah, I like, the feeling of an emergent narrative and a good sandbox to create those narratives in. And anything that sort of starts to feel a little bit gamey in those moments can be off-putting. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the path to the mine. Oh, just kidding. It's not the path to the mine. Okay, so hold on then. Okay, I haven't been down there. That is a timber wolf killing a demon. So yeah, anything that seems a little bit gamey, anything where, like, mechanics are put in more stark relief, like just a rapidly emptying stomach meter constantly, can sometimes take me out of it. And I think the calorie consumption is pretty damn good in the current code. Like, I'm not super concerned about it. But there is a part of me that wonders what it would be like to have, a run of this difficulty where food didn't quite, go through you so quickly. I think the argument against that would be, and it's a good argument, that remember that you're in a survival situation where it's very cold. So naturally, when you're in a cold environment, you're going to be burning more calories to generate more heat. And also, one of the things that's easy to forget, because this game doesn't have 3D rendered snow a la Red Dead or the new Tomb Raider games or any, well, not so new anymore, but it doesn't have 3D rendered snow the way that we have come to expect it. This is a more stylized art style, so we forget that we're walking in snow, we're trudging through snow. There's a reason energy and calories are expended so intensely. All right, this is not... Hang on. I'm really surprised by this, because this is not leading me anywhere, really. And also I'm getting cold, which is annoying. So it's natural to expect that any food that we would put in our bodies in this situation, in this fictional future, quiet apocalypse sandbox, would go through us pretty damn quickly. Because we need every bit of it. So that's the argument for faster calorie consumption. But there's just a part of me that's wondering, like, how it would affect the balance.
So
It's an idea that I'm playing with. Okay,
lay down
this definitively does not go anywhere. And there's not a climbing rope or anything. And I need to light a fire. Now that, I think, is where I was earlier. And I recall...
trees.
I'm going to go ahead and walk over there.
I'm gonna eat a tree.
The reason I've avoided walking over there is that it resembles where I spotted a timber wolf not long ago. Let me pick up a few more sticks. I do still have some coal, so I can get a nice, hot... Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Maybe this goes somewhere. Maybe? No. No, I thought maybe I'd find a tree bridge, but there is not one. Okay, I need a fire, because I don't want to give up all the condition I just gained back. So that's the pond that I searched earlier, and we're just overlooking the area we've been sitting in for the past 30 minutes of gameplay. We haven't moved anywhere, and I need to be moving towards a mountain that I can't even see right now. Where's the mountain? It's over there. All right. So this is nerve-wracking. My required path takes me down past where that timber wolf is eating that demon. And also takes me up here. Oh, wait. Have I been up here, or is this a different spot? Ooh, maybe I haven't been up here. Hold on. Oh, hi, Ptarmigan. I don't have time for you right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, I haven't been up here. Hold on. Stop everything. All right, we have rose hips. Risk of electric shock. Indeed. A marine flare.
I'll take it.
Cedar firewood, which as soon as I find like a more appropriate spot for a fire, I will make one. But right now we're on a hilltop. Not an appropriate spot for a fire. Where's that bridge? I bet I can spot it from down here. Maybe I can't. I think it's like right there. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going down there. I just know there are wolves. So that's a little bit troubling to think about. Okay. Let's head farther down this way. Man, I got so excited about that apparently like direct path, and it's not a direct path. So I need to kind of keep an eye on the mountain, but I'm really concerned that I've missed something. All right, I'm going to wander though. I know nothing about this zone, and I'm just going to trust what I'm seeing as I see it. Let me get low to the ground.
I'd eat anything right about now.
Are you serious? I'm going to drink some coffee. That's the other problem, is that I'm now out of food. I thought I'd be on kind of a forward path. Okay, so I see a truck up ahead. Hang on. I've got to light that fire. And I don't know could put one right here. Screw it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get one started. We're going to use a magnifying lens, because we can.
Come on, little fire.
God. You have a 100% starting chance, Jennifer. You would think you'd have a little bit more confidence in your fire. All right, that should get us above freezing. Also, I'll drink another coffee in a minute, not just for the coffee and the energy, but for the calories. Truth be told, I can drink it right now. This is one of the nice things about drinking a warm beverage in the long dark. Gives me that chunk of warmth back, despite the fact that this fire is not actually that warm relative to the atmosphere. It didn't actually give me that much, though, which is annoying. I still have hypothermia risk. So it does seem like there's wind picking up. Here's what I'm going to do in order to regain a little bit of warmth. I need to make some water. So let me pass some time by this fire while I boil some water. Okay. Take that. Weather's not looking promising. All right, I see a truck.
I could eat anything right now.
Is that door open? Door better not be open. I want to be able to get into this truck. Anything in the bed? Nope. All right. As I expected, nothing in it. Nothing in the visors. And I still have nothing to eat. Alright, so I'm going to wander this way. I'm going to try and keep the high ground, but I need... Man, I'm regretting not doing anything with those ptarmigans. That meat would have been handy. Alright, there's the bridge. Perfect. That's the exact bridge that I wanted. And I know for a fact I'm about to encounter a Timberwolf pack. So I might have to do some fancy legwork in a second here. I'm not really interested in fighting them. Oh, what's this? What's this? Hello? Hold on. Hold on. Unexpected. I think this leads down to the water, and if it does, it could also lead down to cattails, which will solve the hunger problem that I'm currently facing. You know what I was just checking. You know. You don't need to be told. You're well aware. I don't even have to say it out loud anymore. Okay. So now I'm really kind of
Find some place to escape this cold.
veering off of the charted course, and of course the wind is blowing in my face. But I just want to see if I can spot a cattail or two along this river. Nothing like seeing two of those meters turning red at the same time. Love that. Love everything about it. Just kidding. Don't love anything about it. Ooh, prop deer. That I do love. But if there's not a cave...
Too cold to think.
Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can find a cave first, because if I don't have a place to cook that prop deer, it's kind of pointless. Also, are you seriously not going to give me a single cattail? I need to start looking for harvested heads on the ground because this is starting to resemble an area that I've already been in the zone. I'm getting a bit of deja vu right now, which is not good. Not good at all. Oh, cattail, perfect. Coming in clutch. Okay, so feeling better about the deja vu. Do feel like I'm in a bit of a dead end though. All right, so this is a spot where I could start a fire. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and start it. I think I can get away with one right... I know you turned green. There you go. Put it right there. We will not use a magnifying lens because we can't. Oh, I don't have any fuel. Really? Hang on. That's easily rectified. I'm going to have to use my coal. This is absolutely suboptimal, by the way, right now. Just to be very clear. This is less than ideal. Everything that's happening right now. Not the way I saw this going. I thought that I had discovered the path to this mine. And
One little fire.
this game just saw me and was like, oh, you think you know things. Watch this. Okay, so we've got that fire going. Let me go back and get that deer meat. Actually, hold on.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
You're fine. Oh, did I not pick the pot back up? Damn it. Damn it. Okay. Well, I'll have to go back for that then. But it's not far. That is what anxiety about timberwolves will do to someone. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous that that fire is not going to stay lit long enough for me to cook this deer meat, but I've got to try. Because if I can get the deer meat cooked, that'll at least cover me for the next little while. Again, calorie burn. It's obscene. But it keeps me on my toes, which also, there's the other argument, by the way. The other part of the argument, in terms of the calorie consumption rate, is very straightforwardly, it makes for more compelling content. Oh, wow, that's a tiny frickin' steak. Are you serious? That's rude. That's rude. So that's not even going to help me very much. At least it won't take as long to cook. That's just about the only good thing about this particular deer meat. Also, I didn't walk the other way on this river. Just want to acknowledge that. I did not walk the other way. So there could still be more cattails to be found. There could, in fact, be lots of cattails to be found. Okay, so this is going to be kind of risky. And it's not even going to give me that many calories. But that's better than nothing. I now have 761 calories. The wind has actually calmed down a bit, which is nice. I am going to go ahead and eat or drink another cup of coffee. Just keep myself nice and awake. No, no, no. Give me a torch. And let's go back and get that cooking pot. Because it's actually not far. And then I'm going to come back to the river. And go the other way. The weather's actually not terrible. It looked like it was threatening a blizzard for a second there, and then almost like it changed its mind. All right, so there's the bridge that I want to cross. Literally walking underneath it. Double checking for cattails as I walk, because these are kind of thick reeds. Cattails would be easy to miss in these. All right, so I think this was the first kind of area where I looked both ways and then went this way first. I think. But there were 2 potential spots where I could have done that. So I think there's a climbing spot here. Yes? Indeed. So I can go there to the left. But first things first. We're going to go up here. And double back to that cooking pot. It's a kind of an annoying mistake, but the last time I left a cooking pot behind, I've done it once or twice in this series. The last time I can remember doing it and realizing it after the fact was back when we were in Hushed River Valley, near the beginning of the series. All right, need to be careful here. Still conscious of the fact that there could be timber wolves danger close. And I can't go back up here the way that I came down, so this path could be taking me even closer to them. Which I hate with a passion. Stick. All right, there's the truck. There's my old fire. Still burning. What? Hello? Are you kidding me? All right, I'm being a little bit daring by sprinting right now. Still burning. And there's my cooking pot, right where I left it. Silly me. Well, let's take another torch off this fire. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to use my coffee, but I will heat that rosehip tea. Just get a few more calories out of it. Now let's see what we can find. So I need to be careful with my wanderings here because I'm just kind of going back and forth comfortably between that campfire and this truck. Also, let me just make sure, yeah. There's a part of me that was, like, not quite sure that I wasn't carrying anything smelly. Never a fun sensation to have. Okay, I'm going to go back down. Okay, I'm going to go this. It's a little bit more straightforward. From a timing perspective. Just to... that cannot be goated, I would say. So the actual path that I need to follow, I think, is across that bridge. What is this music? I'm hearing what sounds... This is a new musical cue. What the heck? I'm listening.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Everything's fine. I'm fine. Are you fine? I'm fine. This is normal. I don't feel concerned at all. I'm not wondering why we're hearing strange new ominous music. Lots of cattails, though. So my prayers have been answered. Now all I need is a reliable place to sleep, which might be a little bit harder to find. I swear, if I have to go back to the frickin' prison one more time, just give me a cave. That's all I need at this point. Give me a cave. Please? Pretty please? I wonder if this is the path to the mine. Could be. Might not be. Could also just be leading me right to a bear. Or a wolf. Or a pack of wolves. Or just yes. Wow, this is going back quite a long ways. Much longer than I thought it would. This is kind of promising, actually. Because not only do I get a lot of cattails out of this endeavor, but I'm just getting lots of unexpected exploration in. What the heck? I just wish I could see a little bit more clearly. I want to be able to see that, that mountain. Right now it's very foggy and it's getting dark. So I have multiple things obscuring visibility. Checking for cattails real quick. Nope. All right. Also grabbing a few sticks as I go because I am starting to run low on fire starting supplies. Oh, okay. I'm starting to feel a little bit more optimistic that I might have just accidentally stumbled upon the right way to the mine. I'm not going to lie. But I do kind of feel like if the game is going to give me this much space to play around in here, this much space to walk around in, even, then it also needs to give me a cave to crash in. You know? I feel like that would be appreciated at this point. And you know what?
It's dusk, so I can't be far behind.
I'll just let this episode keep running for a bit, because normally I'd be stopping, but this one was late today, so I might as well let it run a little bit longer. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to run longer now. We don't have a choice. Uh-oh. This could get ugly. Right, I do have... Uh-oh. This could get real ugly real fast. I do have lots of cattails. I haven't eaten any of them yet. I know. I'm working on it. I'm going to grab the cattails while I can. Because thankfully I do still have a bit of visibility here. Even though the blizzard is getting bad and the daylight is fading. Bleak Inlet vibes intensify.
If I don't warm up soon.
Yes, that is an Against All Odds Season 6 reference. Okay. Okay. At some point, you gotta throw me a bone, game. I'm starting to see trees, which implies things are opening up a bit. Maybe there's a cave somewhere. Okay. I see... Oh, I thought I saw cattails there, but no. Oh my god. Clutch. Oh my god, clutch.
I can eat a horse.
Clutch. Holy crap. Doesn't get better. Doesn't get better. Does not get better than that in terms of luck. All right. Wood match. Cedar firewood. Start fire. Whoo, boy. Hello, Blackrock. Nice to meet you too. Okay, I have a bunch of sticks, which I'm going to pile onto this fire. I think I dropped the meat just now to be safe. Yes, I did.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Now, there was still meat out there. Now I've got a bunch of cattails, and I don't have to eat them right away, which is wonderful. So let's go ahead and just pass time until this is ready. And then eat it. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and throw this down. I'm going to sleep for an hour just to get that lovely save point. And then I'll probably sleep more, to tell you the truth. But I'm going to go ahead and stop this episode here. In the next one, I'm going to look around for that mine. Because I feel like I might have found the way to it. Because this river leads a lot farther back than I thought it would, and now I feel like I need to explore in this area that I've found and see if maybe there's something unexpected. I thought I would have to cross that bridge, but maybe, just maybe, by going the direction that I went, I've uncovered the path a little bit more quickly than I would have otherwise, which, you know, I'm not going to be ungrateful about that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day, but Wednesday at 1 p.m. US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.